Hey guys, I'm back home and that bookstore experience was amazing. That place was so cozy. It was so cozy, so quaint. Absolutely loved it. The people who worked there were so kind and they had way more books than I thought they would, and so many different types of editions as well. I wanted to purchase everything. I wanted all of the books, but I don't have that much money. So I settled to just get one book, and it was hard to decide exactly which one I wanted, but I couldn't help myself. And I got Yellowface by R.F. Kuang because her writing is amazing. If you haven't read anything by her, please do. All of her books will get you hooked, and me purchasing this has confirmed that I now have all of her books, and I'm so excited to read everything else that she ends up putting out. They also had a small section for manga, but I didn't really look too much into it. I was really focused on like the classics, the fiction, and area, and I was also checking out the fantasy section because I could not help myself. But it was amazing, and they didn't just sell books, but they also, of course, had little knickknacks, had bracelets and pens and ceramic little bowls and plates, and they had these little figurines that I really wanted so badly. I mean, who wouldn't want that little draft? It was so cute. But I didn't get it, obviously. Would love to. And I was surprised too that when I walked in, they also had a section for a cafe, but it seemed to be closed. And honestly, I would 110% go back to this place if the drive there wasn't so out of the way for me, and if the drive wasn't so stress inducing and anxiety inducing. I totally would go again. But overall, it still was a great experience, and I am glad that I went to a local bookstore. And I think I needed it today because I kind of woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And you know, when your soul just needs a little bit of healing, you go to a cozy bookstore. It will solve everything, I promise. And off we go to the planetarium. This was actually my second time walking to the front door because I realized I had pepper spray that I could not bring inside. And as I went, I remember seeing this when I was younger. You see it right when you walk in into the entrance. It's really cool and fun. They have all different types of contraptions and lots of interactive activities you can do. I didn't try all of them, but they were definitely fun to see and explore, and of course a beautiful view. But what I didn't know they had was animals, and I was a little bit sad to see all of them in their cages. I mean, you saw that fish. He was staring off into nothing. I did make eye contact with this tortoise. We understood one another. It was a great time, kind of. But of course, the planetarium itself, oh my goodness, there were so many rows of seats. I, of course, sat so high up, all the way at the top. And thankfully, there weren't too many people there, and I had lots of wiggle room and not anyone really right by me. And it was super exciting. Not exactly what I was expecting, but the planets were indeed very beautiful. All I have to say is that it was a little bit anticlimactic. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not that. I mean, the dome was cool, don't get me wrong. I found it very pretty. It was nice. I just thought it would be a little bit less educational and more just like observing type situation of really just looking at all the planets and stuff instead of them teaching you every little thing about it. Not only that, but I thought the entire place would have a section not only for the planetarium and the dome and like the theater, but I also thought that they'd have a section for just the planets in general, maybe astronauts and rocket ships and stuff, just more sciencey stuff about planets and NASA and space, but they didn't. I'll be so honest though, I was a little bit disappointed to the point where I ended up just getting dinner by myself and for myself. I said, wow, this wasn't what I expected. I'm a little bit disappointed that I paid this much money for a ticket. I want to go eat something. And so I treated myself to a meal and I got myself some pasta and I'm still getting used to eating out by myself. That's something that I've only done twice now. It's still a bit awkward for me, but it's also just like you're going there for a meal and you're going there to eat. There's nothing weird about that. The waitress was still super kind. She was great, but I do think it was a crime that I paid $6 for the smallest strawberry lemonade ever. $6? Listen, man, I know prices are going up, but that much for a drink? This is where it makes me wonder if I should ever leave my house ever again. Not for the fact that I'm doing it alone, but just for the prices, because that's kind of crazy. Um, but yeah,